Everybody, welcome back to this little thing.
Grunksquad rises again.
Woohoo!
It'll just keep rising until it can rise no more. This phrase on the badge here, I think, is literally just like vigilant confidence or something like that. It's not very creative.
Sometimes you just gotta slap some Latin on there.
Ain't that the truth? Alright,
So what did I miss in the last two, was it two?
Two or three.
yeah. Well,
But,
one of the...
we-
Oh, sorry.
We hired people, and like half of them died.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Is Scott Steiner dead?
No. He's...
Yay!
Akira's dead.
Is Keith dead?
No. Well, there was a civilian named Keith that died, but not like...
Oh no!
both of your picks are still here.
Yes.
I think like half of ours died though.
Yeah, there was two like characters that the game gave us. Carl from Aqua Team was one of them. He died on the first mission. Who's the other one? It was like, oh yeah, the guy from like a direct-to-VHS movie that's also dead now. Let's see what else happens. Oh, yeah, we got a whole bunch of character debuts for this one.
Alright, don't big league me now here, man. Don't big league.
Oh no.
I'm trying to have a conversation with the man behind the
forgot to put
mask.
the
I
damn
feel like
text
you're
on
big
here.
leaguing me, dude. Are you taking me seriously?
Mr. Crow! Mr. Crow!
Got some Unreal going.
Mr. Crow!
Maybe she
And some home movies.
It's too late, boys. Bazooka Mama, that's me. Already found
Fortunately, I
out.
couldn't give her,
Now
like, a
prepare
toilet
yourselves.
paper tube
I have a
bazooka,
feeling this'll be
but-
uncomfortable.
And also,
Green Man.
also, I recruited another Templar. It turns out it's just me again. So, whoops.
Kelly Green Man.
Mr. Crow lives up to the legacy.
Okay.
I forget what her voice is. I think it's
Okay.
somebody from Left 4 Dead. I don't remember anymore.
I'm surprised they didn't just use like the default Australian like voice pack that's in there.
Oh man, that would have been perfect.
Is okay over here, or?
Video's looking especially bad for some reason.
It's looking fine on our end. Well, on my end, anyway.
It's fine here.
Okay, I might just be like,
Finally, at least I get to stop moving.
oh right, yeah. That's...
I go as ordered.
Oh, Mr. Crow is still Worf. Because this is Mox.
I will watch.
This is who he is now.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh yeah.
I'm here for the long haul.
That's right, Big Papa Pump, who may or may not just be Jeff Gerstmann in a big muscle suit.
Now the thing is, we have another enemy here, a new one, the Spectre. Oh wait, hold on. Screen share is kind of. There we go.
There it goes.
I think I had to turn this on. For some reason, the gameplay footage is really quiet in this one. But
Nothing a little post-processing can't fix.
yeah, we're just turning VLC up. So, yeah, the Spectre, is it... hold on a second. I feel like the boring's get... it might just be the edges.
Oh my god, make a decision already.
Yeah, it might probably that.
So the Spectre is the one that can,
Finally, at least I get to stop moving.
I didn't record many lines for myself. The Spectre is the enemy that, like, stuns one of your people and then makes a clone of themselves.
I have time, sure.
Keep on the lookout.
Or not themselves, I mean whoever they just knocked out. So, like, there could be, like, a shadow, green man, basically. Also, they look suspiciously like if the original Xbox became a person. Like- or like a weird.
Good thinking.
Oh no, not bazooka man. Of course, the decision is always like, when do we actually hit them? And I'm always just like, let's hit them now. Or I'm like- Green Man is still a rookie, so he's.
Just chill. And I'm like, how do we chill, dude?
Is it actually a Charlie Kelly voice back, or
Yeah, it is. Which
good?
It almost doesn't sound like it because he's awfully quiet for being Charlie, the loudest character on television.
I'm waiting their approach.
I'm a spy!
Alright, so yeah, I think this is my strategy, to just like have them scurry away after getting hit by a grenade and then just overwatch the shit out of them. I love the fire grenade a little too much, but it worked out really well
No
last
turning
time.
back now.
Hey, look at this, guys. That is just the Xbox.
It's like that dude from Borderlands, Borderlands 2, I think?
Maybe.
I think that
Hello, everybody.
Hey there.
You may be wondering why time suddenly froze when Charlie shot that wall. So, this episode's a weird one, because we recorded an entire commentary for this, and at this exact moment, OBS decided to skip town and leave us stranded. So,
Charlie accidentally shot OBS.
yeah, I think Charlie may have killed the program. I remember some things from this video. I do remember we decided to call it Rated R for Robot.
Yep,
Right.
so rated R for Robot Take 2, Take 1.5.
Yeah, it's like the other take doesn't exist anymore. Except for the first 6 minutes. But, the lesson here is always check your OBS. And with that,
Always paranoidly check your OBS every 30 seconds.
or else Charlie will shoot your program, I guess.
Yeah, we were recording in that building.
Yeah, this damn Advent again. Without further ado, let's resume time. What do we have to say about it? Oh, nothing. Fair enough. Alright, that guy's on fire.
I think that's what Charlie was trying to shoot at, but not doing well.
Yeah, he ended up killing OBS.
I did nothing.
Right.
It sure did. did.
Okay, now I'm hearing what my character is saying there. I think I'm saying something like, "Oh, well, that's not great." Managed to hit him though, which is surprising. It's not this guy. I think the worst part about this guy is that I actually read up a little bit on how to properly play XCOM, and I don't want to die all the time. Sort of way.
Calm down, dude.
Yeah. They say Overwatch parties are probably the most ideal thing to do in this game for the most part.
That's true.
Spectre throws all that out the window because he'll just waste all of your Overwatches. Which is why I just do this.
Sometimes you just gotta punch him.
Yeah, or just shoot him in the face.
Their casualties grow.
Preferably one and then the other, just to be sure.
I have little ammo remaining.
Mr. Crow just Happy Easter, Xbox.
Oh my god, I gotta make it Usher now.
Charlie Heffley trying to remind Mox that it's Memorial Day.
I can't imagine Charlie being a good shot at all. Which is why this I actually can't remember, so many people have used
One
guns
second.
on that show that, like...
Somebody uses a rocket launcher at one point in later seasons. I think it's Dennis.
Yeah, I remember now. That was like his, like, birthday gift or something. And he was, like, legitimately touched about the fact they sent him a fucking bazooka.
I think this is a cool idea.
Yeah, a rocket launcher would be a cool idea.
It works for Mecha Meatwad.
Oh, yeah. Meatwad is oddly, prominent in this, this here series.
If anything moves, I'm killing. So, you guys stay still.
Ow!
Oh, right, yeah, there was that moment.
Ow!
I don't know why. I still don't know why she said that, because the fire didn't hurt her or anything. And that may be like a sound cue when, like, there is a fire and they're warning everybody. Oh, and, I did...
Okay.
I forget if I mentioned this, but I did finish the, Frylock, voice pack, or at least the files for it.
Nice.
Which, came to 342 files, which is
Woof.
still tiny by XCOM standards, but...
Overwatch? Who the hell plays that anymore?
It's mostly because there's so many specific cues, you know? It's just like...
Great distance.
If you're, like, ripping sounds from, like, a show, it's gonna be hard to run into lines for, like, I'm going to control your mind now. I just had to settle for him saying, like, you can do whatever you want as long as you put your mind to it. So it's just, like, a horrible pun now. And, of course, this is the, this is mine. No, this is mine, mission. Which, somebody actually made a mod to remove this mission. Just entirely. And it's...
Which is weird, because these are like the easier of the side quest missions.
They're probably like, oh, this is too easy. But, like, the thumbnail is literally just a picture of
Who
a
the hell
crate
plays that
with
anymore?
a MS Paint X over it. The description is just like, I hate crate missions.
It is under my watch.
I'm glad that the Fallout 3 modding community is still alive and well in this game.
The funny thing is, even with Chimera Squad out, this fan base is still, like, wildly active. Like, I ran into, like, a Reddit post or something, and out of curiosity, I decided to check it, and it's like, I think within, like, the same day, there were still, like, 40 posts about the second game.
I feel like in the first episode of this, you talked about a different mod that was just like, remove this thing from the game because we hate it.
Oh, it may have been the same thing. I don't know.
I think it was.
It might have been the narrative control mod, which is ideal because without it, the characters in the background never stop talking. It's like fighting the Chosen. It's like literally every turn you do, they launch into like a whole monologue.
I await your
And they have like so many of them. It's just
We're
like,
all going to the park.
you
everybody.
don't need to talk this much while we're fighting.
Come on.
It's like the assassin will just like move 2 inches and just be like, the elders have
This
taught
way.
me to do this. You know, like it's just like for like 5 minutes.
Trouble.
The elders have taught me how to spell my name.
Oh my god, we need some Battlefield Earth characters in here. Need a voice pack. Just like 20 takes of John Travolta laughing like a lunatic.
And then one clip of Farmer in there for good reason.
Oh yeah, the Japanese Battlefield Earth dub. That's not on Nico Nico anymore. I think I may have to order a DVD of that now.
Sure thing.
She seems to
At least then you get those clips in high quality.
That is true. The problem is none of my computers have a disk drive. Because I have this HD release of Death Promise, which is super rare apparently. Oh, hold on. Yeah, despite this being one of the easier missions, I did not have a good time with this. At least at first. You'll never know. I mean, but...
Well, at least I looked cool for a second.
Oh yeah. And again, the rookies.
Now let's say you and I go toe to toe on
Our
Bird
enemy is
Bond.
flanking.
Mox was saying something there, but Charlie was just babbling on about bird law. Which makes me wish that somebody modded in a weapon where you just sent a
I
bird
love
to
you
peck them in the
too.
face.
Just a gremlin mod.
The gremlin is just a bird that heals people.
Not only a bird that kills people, it just makes like the stereotypical bald eagle noise every time.
Oh, that'd be great. I've watched this twice now. Or I've watched it twice and experienced it once. I still can't remember like what my approach here was. It's just like I was going into this being like, you know, watching this again, maybe I'll have a better memory of like the sequence of events. It turns out I don't. It's a fresh experience for me every time.
I have visceral, sad memories about how this ends.
Beans on you, or
Not looking forward to it, that's for sure.
But which mission is she talking about? Or it couldn't even be a mission, maybe it's just a certain character.
I get sad memories that, that dude that tells you to do things existing.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting, what's that dude's
spies
name?
do. They hide behind stuff.
Bradford? Okay, because Because isn't he just called, like, Central?
I think that's like his code name.
I don't think I ever heard him being called Bradford, so he's just that dude to me.
It's that guy that never shuts up.
Yeah.
Like, save the civilians missions, no matter how good you're doing, he'll just be like, Commander, civilians are dropping left and right, and he'll just say it over.
What are you guys trying to run away now?
Get a mod to just replace him with Michael Cole.
Failed us.
Michael Cole has failed us.
I am reloading.
Thank you for announcing.
I am watching.
I am reloading. I am watching.
Sure.
I am everywhere.
I am checking OBS.
I'm checking my emails. I'll say, yeah, I have OBS at the ready. It's still, if something pops up, I'll actually see it this time, so.
I am taking a nice warm shower.
I am checking my
Alright, wake me
Tinder.
up when a bad guy shows up.
I am swiping left.
Yeah.
He's just hoping one of the Vipers are gonna pop up. Because one thing I've learned about the XCOM fan base is that they all think that. It's like most of the... like, I remember when the trailers for Chimera Squad dropped, it's like...
Wow. Just one of you the captain.
I don't know what he said. 90%.
Something about a captain.
That makes more sense. But 90% of the posts on that trailer was just complaining that it wasn't the Snake Lady. It's like, look, I get it, but jeez. It just sucks that they're one of my least favorite enemies to fight in this game. That tongue attack is the worst thing. I'll just be like,
Imagine having to fight 3 of them. We
Yeah.
couldn't. It's a special hell on its own.
I still can. And I've beaten this game before.
I'm a spy!
Because I'm a spy.
Let's go.
And I still don't...
Sure thing.
I don't know who Melissa's voice is. It's somebody...
Sounds like Zoe from Left 4 Dead. It's like if you said it was someone from Left 4 Dead before, I think maybe it's Zoe from the first game.
Yeah, I'm thinking either her or Rochelle, because I'm starting to realize that they both sound very similar. All I remember about Rochelle is that she wore a lot of band shirts.
Yeah, she had a Depeche Mode shirt on in the game, I think, or in one of the trailers.
Yeah, which means she has good taste. This is a bunch of Depeche Mode records that they're sending to Sky Ranger right now.
Advent was going to destroy them.
We'll go.
They're those guys that
No
rate your
trespassers.
music that just give everything a 1 because it's overrated. I will say the
I'll
video
stay here.
output here, it's I might have to fiddle with it because I noticed in certain maps like this one, the colors kind of just like blur
Nah, I
together
heard ya.
after a while. But
You got a lot of nerve showing your face.
I blame the grass.
yeah, the grass is definitely a culprit. Considering that minigun is made out of cardboard.
I love that alien taking the opportunity to crash the window for no real reason. The humans find it fun, and they're right.
Time, sure.
I have time to crash through a window. I'd like to think that he's just going in there and taking a nap, but he's like, no, I'm doing tactical stuff. Don't worry about it. I mean, like, the best way to hunker down is just to go to sleep. Like, it's like, they'll never hit me. Just have like plus 20 defense for like 5 hours.
Probably good if you open your eyes while you shot.
Alright, yeah. Check out that movie. I came back.
Like, what's the minimum number of voice files you need for like one of those voice packs?
Cool fucking out, man. Let's brighten your day, brah.
There is no real like minimum. It's like technically it's 1. So like.
But like, if you had one for each specific situation without having like multiples to cycle through.
Yeah, you can do that. Which is technically like, I think when I was voicing this voice pack, it's like I think my mentality was like I want to have at least 2 for every queue.
But how many queues are there?
Grenade! Like, there are so many. There's so many things that can happen in this game. But weirdly, there's not one for, like, bleeding out. Like... Or I think, like, an old template had one for when the Viper, like, is strangling you, but the new one doesn't, for some reason.
They got worried that a bunch of people would make a bunch of really horny ones.
I mean...
Alright, yeah. Why not?
I mean,
we got that one of those comments on the stream. So, like,
Oh god.
yeah, one of the or Torque did that attack on
As
one of
you
the
command.
enemies, and somebody just commented, "God, I wish that were me."
I stand ready.
This seemed like the best way to do it.
I don't know why there's a punch sound at the end of that sound effect that I just didn't remove.
up in the wall.
Seemed like the best way to do it.
Love that UFO catcher plane.
I don't love that.
I feel like last time we said that there should be a point when like sometimes it misses, but I also think there should be one where the crane comes down, it grabs it, and just drops it.
Yeah, it's like a typical crane
He doesn't
game.
even like get us, man.
Doesn't even get us.
The alien's asking for like another 50 cents.
If there's one thing about XCOM that I've learned with Bazooka Mama
Okay,
here,
let's
is
go.
that it is time to pay the price. That was one of the strangest episodes of that show because that phrase just kept popping up over and over again, and nobody like really noticed it except for Brendan's mom.
People now.
Like, how many of your movies end with that line? He's like, I don't end any movies like that.
Yes.
It was like his entire filmography ended with that line.
Attacking on sight.
That show's good. Surprisingly,
See
no
where else we can go.
no voice packs from that show yet.
I think I've
I'm here for the long
I feel there
haul.
should at least be a McGurk one. Like, if you're gonna have any voice packs of home movies characters,
Yeah.
you gotta have McGurk.
Yeah. What were you saying, Em?
I've watched like an episode of that show, and Sasha's told me I need to watch more. I don't know like anything about it, but the dude that I work with has like some like blood feud against it because sometimes completely unprompted he'll start trying to tell me about how much it sucks, and I'm like, I don't care.
Why would you have a grudge against that show?
I don't know.
It's so
Because
like...
I don't want to ask because I don't care.
I'd be in a conflict, like, as a big fan of that show, it's like...
Okay, this is a scam. I was kneeling, standing, getting people all confused.
Yeah.
I will move.
It's like,
Because he'll be like, man, Rick and Morty's great, but man, home movies
It will be
sucks.
safe.
in my opinion, he has that totally backwards.
Yeah.
Because Rick and Morty's kind of frustrating because, like, I watched a couple of the earlier episodes with somebody. It's like, there's hints where it could be a good show, and then it'll just ruin it in the next, like, 5 minutes.
I remember back when it was, like, new, there was that image set going around of him, like, really buff punching Nazis or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then the next thing I heard about it was, man, this show is the worst.
It's a little obnoxious, yeah. That's how it makes me feel. Charlie is stunned. Well, I feel like that's just kind of a status he has all day. Like, does it, like, in one of the episodes reveals, like, it's so loud that the only way he can go to sleep is, like, or something. So that he just feels really bad and has to go to bed.
I am almost out of ammunition.
Oh, wait, one other thing happened. I was at a con, and hanging out with my friend Jake, who was cosplaying Jonathan Joestar, and this dude dressed as Josuke with this, like, immaculately perfect wig. Like, Part 4 Josuke. He had, like, the most perfect wig and a huge boombox, and he was just playing some song from Rick and Morty, like, on repeat over and over.
Oh, jeez.
And that's all I know.
It kind of reminds me... Oh, right. Is this the moment where... I learned a lot of things recording this episode.
Yep, this is the moment. We're starting now.
Don't melee the Mouton is one thing I forgot.
Okay.
The genesis of the Mouton.
Okay.
Oh, we gotta put McGillicuddy in here too. I was gonna watch this episode back and add everybody we mentioned.
That used to be cool.
And then...
And then the music changed, so the game froze for like 10 minutes.
Suck.
These things suck. One thing, some of the player pictures are there. So the thing was, I replaced all the posters that can show up on the walls and stuff in this game. None of them showed up this video. So I'm like, cool. That was time I spent, I guess. I still have chances too, but it's just, it feels like it should be more prevalent considering the whole feature to do it. Or at least just have photos. It really is like, oh yeah, Melissa is now paranoid. So thrown right into the next mission, of which I forgot to do like little clips of the new characters. The VIP we're escorting is literally a scientist from Half-Life. If you look closely, his head is literally one of the models from that game.
Sasha, hit us with the scientist noise.
No.
Thank you, Sash.
Odin, what are you doing?
Thankfully, I think like last week somebody did make a scientist voice pack for this game, so if a scientist ever pops up in the list, we could hear him. The new characters here. Right, so Captain Commando, made by one Dr. Colexo, who is voiced by Kaki right now. That was taken from an old save of his. Blue Mary, one of Sasha's picks. the other one again?
Mechwad is here.
Yeah, he showed up in the last episode. I think there was like one other pick. Oh god, I can't remember now.
I don't think I remember anything about this mission.
It's relatively short. Is the thing. We had Charlie, Mr. Crow, and the left. Oh, okay, so both of Spectre's picks were in the first mission. Okay, that's why I'm getting confused.
I remember one joke I made in this mission, and that I can make again because Sasha wasn't there for it.
What was that?
I'll do it when I can.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember what the other Sasha pick was for some reason. I can't remember. It was like Blue Mary and, Oh, Mr. Crow. Right, okay. That was it. I was just making sure, like, I got everybody covered. Because I've been doing good with that so far. I'm just worried there's gonna be one video where I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot to add them. Mary is still a rookie. Brian, one of Emmy's picks, has come back.
Nice.
Both of Emmy's picks have thrived, it seems.
Who is my other one?
Oh wait, I can't... Shit, now I can't remember.
You know, Sasha picked Scott Steiner.
Okay, you're the one that made that Scott Steiner, I forgot. Supposedly.
Yes.
Yeah, your picks were Brian and Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld was doing pretty damn good in one of the previous videos, so...
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Wasn't he like the only survivor of a mission?
I'm trying to remember, actually. I kind of lost track.
Oh, I remember this grenade hesitation.
Yeah. There will be a lot of that. Brian with a grenade launcher just feels so natural. And Blue Mary...
You just hear him do fires it off.
What?
You just hear him do the laugh when he fires it off.
I wish that was a voice pack I could do.
Anytime now.
Just every prompt is the laugh.
And only the one from Tekken 3. This newer one sounds a little too high-pitched to me.
Fuck you.
I love when, like, characters just sound very annoyed that they're being shot at.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I'm a robot. I'm a robot.
Well, I don't know about that.
It's my favorite part of these videos is just what will Meat One say next.
It's extremely good voice pack. Also, it's extremely good. It's shot.
Red is definitely your color.
Though you're mostly pink.
And you bleed like yellow.
Come to think of it,
Semantics.
forget everything I said.
Can we do that again? Can we run it again? You're live, pal.
Oh, okay. I forget what his follow-up was. He's like Caleb segued into Sid Vicious somehow.
無理だ。お前たちは近寄ることもできない。
Alright, Hassan's back. Favorite because of Roland Rizzo sounding very bored.
Beat feet.
Time is wasted.
Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention in this take, at least, I think. All the weapons have been upgraded, so that's why Mary has like a weird like lightsaber machete.
Darn. Eyes peeled.
But Mary is using the Saints Row 3
Okay, that's fine.
boss voice pack or something. I've never played it, so.
Yeah, that's American Boss, because there's always 3 voices per protagonist in those games, and I believe in Saints Row 3, the female protagonist, it was like, I think it was like white girl, black girl, and Mexican girl. I think.
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
And the dude is always like the dude was for a long time always white dude, Mexican dude, and British dude. But I forget what it is in 3 and 4. I know there's an extra voice in Saints Row 3, or is it 4? That's just it's listed as Nolan North.
It's 4 that had that. 3 was zombie.
That's right.
3 was Stephen Bloom making guttural noises.
Roger that.
Which you'd usually get Mike Patton for. Because
Come get some.
that guy has a career of making really weird guttural noises for characters. Because I believe in Portal 2, he was the Anger Sphere. And he was the Darkness, and, well, the Darkness.
The Darkness.
Yeah. I think he was...
That was the 12th time I died. All I know about the Darkness is that opening cutscene. Like, that opening cutscene with the car ride.
I've played both of them, and I don't remember anything about them. Like, it wasn't that they were bad or boring, it's just, for some reason, I just don't remember a lot about them. I guess they're not, like, particularly interesting. like, it's weird, like, again, they're fairly interesting, it's just, like, not super memorable at the same time, and I don't really get why. It's missing something.
Going.
But it does have Mike Patton, so.
Waiting.
So did the,
We're not alone.
We're not alone. That one sounded at least a little, like, comedically emotive.
Yeah. Also, Mecha Meatwad saw this too. He's like, I guess we can get to know each other. Especially since all 3 of them missed.
Because there were 800 walls in the way. Like,
Yeah.
that was a waste of Overwatch.
Hey, I didn't know where they were gonna show up though.
Oh, I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming this game's weird AI.
Yeah. Was I... Okay, you can just shoot yourself with a rocket launcher.
What does this do?
You're holding it backwards.
The audio's being a little, like, glitchy right now.
Oh, is it?
There we go. It's like the video and the audio just fixed themselves.
Oh, it might have just been my connection.
I like fireworks.
They're pretty good.
Just end of discussion as he fires. It's beautiful.
It feels very appropriate, honestly. Just end of discussion is a good thing to say before you just shoot somebody with a fucking rocket. Brian making good use of the grenades. Of course, you can see my computer hesitating to render the explosions after time.
Right.
I think.
Right.
Maybe now you can shoot and hit them. Yeah, critical. 12. Jesus. It's like that dude is extra dead. Some scientist dude will go over here. Which I did previously mention that I called him that because I totally forgot. Scientists do have code names.
What he said.
Yeah. I understood like 2 words of that. Yeah, it's like, I know there's 3 of them are called Slick, Einstein, and Nerd. And it makes it more confusing because there's like a main scientist in Half-Life 2 that looks just like one of the ones in 1. But that's not the same guy, apparently.
I'm down too.
Just sending him to grab the stuff because he's the robot.
Oh, what's this for?
Oh god, I used to know what that guy's name was, and now I can't remember.
Oh, what dude?
Kleiner?
Yes, Kleiner. Thank you.
Yeah, Isaac Kleiner. Yeah, that's not what he's called in Half-Life 1, apparently. But then again, it's not the same guy, so...
Wasn't Eli Vance also based on one of the models, Sash?
I think so.
You know how to whistle, don't you?
You convinced me.
I'll have to look that up later.
Okay.
I do have a Father Gregory voice pack for this game, which I think when we last played, I put it on Bone Crusher, and it fit eerily well. And his strategy of being like, okay, I'll just make it easier for the sniper to shoot me.
Shadow Brian Fury is just kind of Brian Fury.
Yeah, it's like Shadow Brian. Because he's already like an undead cop or something. Like...
They just made him human again.
Yeah. But in the process, somehow, they just made him, like, bloodthirsty as hell. Which, I guess would be a side effect. Tekken's weird, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you're talking about Brian Fury in Tekken itself, I think he's just like a weird android now.
Yeah. He's been worked on
Cyborg.
a ton of times.
I just left her.
Also, I like how his leaving quote here gets cut off.
I want him like a two-man.
Flat lips. The funny thing is, I remember the episode where he says that, and the thing about Angelina Jolie's lips just... I don't know why it's there. Like, they just mention it. And then Shake comes in with those lips, and there's no context for any of it, it just happens. And this is while he's cooking funnel cakes in his bedroom. So... Is that bad? That's bad. Mary with the
Got another target?
and another
That's
one?
for Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. That was the joke that I said that Sasha wasn't here for.
Ah, I see. Alright, I forgot to...
More loading.
Yeah. It's like a PlayStation 1 game. Or Sega 32X game.
I tried to play a Royal Rumble in a PS1 game.
Oh, I do remember one other thing from this mission before. Melly, you and I started talking about Kakuto Chojin.
Oh yeah, that game that like turns into a decent game if you unlock the secret mode. Or something like that. As Talfang just looks terrible, no matter what. Just remembering that Kakuto Chojin is like a weird spiritual successor to Tobal is like really weird. It's like, where's all the Toriyama designs? Which, yeah, remembering that Akira Toriyama just made an Italian Reggie Bennett is pretty surreal in itself, but... There's also, like, a space chicken. That's like a kickboxer.
Damn.
Dash it. Here's the moment where I realize I don't think he has any evacuation sounds.
Done.
God.
It's just the generic, like, okay cue.
Go.
Go. Yeah, for being for Saints Row, I think I remarked before that she's pretty tame.
Still the best.
She's just
1979.
Damn it. Oh yeah, and the sides is just violently smashing through the window.
He's just regrading canon.
Maybe gold ends up there. He sounds sleepy. I don't think I've ever heard it, so I hope they use that one line that Calculate says. That's something like, it's time for your punishment, baby, and he just says the last part in English, because of course he does.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Because I think he says that in the Capcom game, but they removed the baby part, which is like the best part, because just some English in JoJo is great every time. I think oh yeah. I don't know why the arms are like that.
He got upgraded.
By his face, it looks like he doesn't either. So this is the Advent Blacksite mission, which is, I read over some of the tips. They said, just like the Chosen, the first storyline mission is always the hardest. Which sounds about right.
Oh, it's time yet again.
Yeah. I'm gonna be tackling this in the next episode, but
45 minutes of pure pain.
yeah. I think I accidentally gave away what will happen, but
I will pledge my allegiance to this world.
we'll have an analysis as to what went wrong, because I think after watching this, I think I realized everything I did wrong. So
We know one
How
thing.
long they've been keeping these storage units running down here?
Well, we'll get to that when we get there.
I'll do it.
there's one very obvious mistake at the end, but
問題ないでしょう。
so
相手には同情しますがね。
yeah. For this mission, I just got all my top people, because that's what you do for these kind of missions. And Scarlet.
And hope they don't all die.
Once the Empress, always the Empress.
I will say this is the first time I played through with Iron Man, but because the last time I beat this game, I was just like, half the time when people died, I was just like, oh bullshit, running that back. Like, I'm pretty sure I just loaded a save when I missed a 99% shot. I was just like, no, that never happened. Like, which, mind you, missing a 93% shot is something that has already happened in the series. Because when whoever that one Reaper was, in that one mission, yeah, she had a clear 93% shot and just completely missed.
Okay.
The whole thing was that I didn't know who to replace the Reaper with, so I was just gonna be like, I'll just make it me for like one mission and never say who it is. But then it turns out the game just gave me another version of me. So, I know I made myself twice in the character pool, but you know,
やっとおとなしくなったか。
they're pulling it up themselves. And Meatwad understands.
Well,
Yeah.
I just kind of realized about these like hologram window things.
A weakling.
What purpose did they serve exactly? Because like it'd be useful for keeping like, you know, people from entering, but we're just going through them like it's nothing. That just hit me now. I don't know what the deal with that is. Like, do we just have gear that can handle that or something?
Just makes me think of Sasha and I are playing The Somnium Files, which is a fantastic game. But there's like they keep talking about how like they've replaced police tape with like
Delay any longer.
with cheap holograms. but like right next to it, there's always real holograms, or there's real police tape.
Well, there was one revelation I had about Pressure Point, a movie that one of the characters from the last episode that showed up and immediately died came from. So the plot gets kickstarted with him, like, well, he was about to assassinate, like, the ambassador of Chile or something. It wasn't him that did it, but he was totally going to anyway, so I don't know why that was plot development. But, so the whole thing is he escapes, because naturally that would put you in, like, a maximum security prison for life without parole. So he escapes, and then he just, like, goes to another state, and, like, nobody recognizes that. I'm thinking, if I just assassinated a fucking country's ambassador, wouldn't everybody know what you look like? Like, nobody knows who he is. Like, it's really weird. And then he just gets into a fight with a bunch of dudes as soon as he shows up. But one old thought I was saying about, you mentioned another Spike Chunsoft visual novel. Apparently Shibuya Scramble also does the yelling in English thing every now and then.
Nice.
Because there's one scene where a guy eats spaghetti.
My, aren't you an hang?
When that happens. Yeah, he eats spaghetti, and going by a couple of Japanese players' posts, he just screams, "Ah, good taste," in English.
You will require my assistance.
It's like, damn it, now I gotta make that choice. Also, yeah, so Assassin Chosen, again.
Yay.
I will say, over the times I've played this game, I've gotten better at figuring her out, but she is still extremely obnoxious. And still, like, I'm still under the impression that she's easily the hardest one out of all three of them. Because the Huntsman, like, he's annoying, but all you have to really do is sidestep him. I don't remember what the Warlock does. I think he just, like,
The tree is done.
just keeps throwing stuff out, and as soon as you get in his face, you can just shoot him over and over, so... Like, he is the zoner of the Chosen, basically. Somebody just left the mission. But, the Assassin is basically a Mortal Kombat character, I'm starting to realize. Lots of stun moves and teleports all over the place, and she is, like, kind of a ninja, so... Speaking of...
She could easily be a Jade clone.
She could.
Power grows whenever I kill someone. Bow down.
Right, that
Or be
line.
made.
Just peak Mortal Kombat. Power grows whenever I kill.
Like, I feel like that line would be a little less weird if it didn't have the someone at the end.
Yeah, right?
Like, power grows whenever I kill. That's not too bad. Power grows whenever I kill someone feels like over long, over specific. I don't know.
Also, I was gonna say it's weird that Sindel is saying it, but honestly, I don't know what Sindel is anymore. They keep, like, going back and forth on a characterization to where I'm not sure who she is as a character. It's like the whole thing, like, when she first showed up in 3, it's like she was, like, the queen of Shao Kahn. And, she eventually realized, like, hey, he kind of sucks. But then, like, she dies, and then comes back as a zombie that's, like, basically what she was back in the first game. Like, I don't know if they went back on that.
We're going back on a lot.
Yeah. What I do know is that I hate grenades when enemies throw them at me.
Oh no, the fence.
Yeah. Because they'll remind you, don't clump everybody together. Alright, the ragdoll moves.
What the hell? Yeah, right there. Okay.
A brief sound of triumph.
That's the sound of defeat. We're gonna go home.
Mechwad, I feel you.
Advent is expanding the rail network to
Oh, right.
the destroy center they've built. And this looks like the end of the line, at least for this area.
It sounds like he's like making fun of what's his face.
God, she's even funny.
Once
I can
the
see him
Empress,
doing that.
always the Empress.
Oh, boy, while I'm trying to hunt aliens, I can't have them talking to me. I really don't have no brain. I got a rotisserie chicken up here.
任務遂行します
God, there is that episode where he joins the Marines, so this feels like really appropriate now. In fact, I think for the thumbnail of this voice pack, they used him in the Marines outfit for the picture. I signed her up too, Dev Dog.
わかりました
I think all they did in the Navy was they peeled potatoes. And then they left. Then, like... They were ordered to clean urinals so clean that they could eat off of them. And then, like, they just put a bunch of potatoes in there. It's like... This isn't clean enough!
Hello?
I think that was like the same episode with like the weird Canadian chainsaw or whatever the hell was going on there.
Yeah, that was happening at like the exact same time.
Yeah. Where are you? I don't know. I'm a doll. I think they just accidentally remade Casey Jones with that character, to be honest. Never just have your foot off. Yeah, this was a definite mistake. I figured, well, with Overdrive, I could just get all three of these guys. And then I realized I forgot how Overdrive actually worked. Because as soon as he reloaded, his turn was over. So the mistake was not researching Overdrive.
行きます
It's just a weird, like, dragon install for the sparks or something. Like,
あなたが負けて私が勝っ
it just looked like he went to bed on that pod there. Also, it's very confused. Like, a lot of people talking strategy, they call groups of enemies pods. And when they were talking about how to beat this mission, they said, like, they said, you know, deal with the pods first. I'm like, there's things that you should know. That's a neat one. It's in big trouble.
Is that a real girl?
It is. That's so close. I like how they ragdoll and then they become conscious again.
and then get dazed.
Creature are you?
They stood up too fast.
They're not dazed, they're just getting really, really bad vertigo.
Many gifts. Where they see you, they send me.
Coincidentally, the voice actress for the assassin was one of the voice actors for Sindel. I think 9? So it's all connected.
Alright.
I have him overwatching in a closed building because he has 1 HP. You can't heal them during the mission, which is kind of a huge problem.
Oh shit.
I guess they have all that armor to compensate. So you have to send them to the engineer lady for them to heal because she has to make repairs. But
That's a pain.
Yeah, it only takes her a couple days though. Whereas, like,
I feel like having a consumable item that you can give to a character that's like repair kit or something
Bodies,
oh yeah.
might be good.
the trains. Listen,
I'll write this part where like I'm trying to do things.
The aliens are
but
still
stop talking,
abducting
so I
people.
can't move.
From the looks of it, they may never have stopped after the invasion.
Those containers look like they have self-contained power cells. It could be some kind of stasis system. It's possible at least some of those people might still be alive.
It's XCOM, so I doubt it. People being alive in XCOM is unrealistic.
At best, it's like they're alive, but like vegetables.
More or less, yeah. Because at the time, like, you know, they get really hurt and then they'll come away and be like, I'm scared of robots or something. Apparently there is a room where you can just, like, get that trait out of them. And I only found that out yesterday. So maybe Melissa won't be so, like, trigger happy anymore. Another thing I learned. I read this. Ow!
Right under your nose.
I like they get shot and they just keep running.
I feel like earlier games had them stop when they got shot.
I feel like that would probably be the better way to do that. At the same time, you know, if both sides did that, that would screw up the strategy aspect a lot. It's like I can't move because I got shot once. Even though it looks silly, I kind of get it, but... Also, what I don't get is this...
Stopping that particular movement, I mean.
Yeah. Check this out. Apparently it did absolutely nothing, and I can't figure out why.
Maybe sparks are just immune to it?
I was thinking that, yeah, because I was thinking, like, you know, all, like, the psychic stuff and supernatural stuff, like, that can't really do anything to the robots, can it? Like, because they're just metal.
Okay.
いいですね。
いいですね。
お前は敵を知らなすぎる。
That's good.
不足だ。
Like me, well, of course, I'm just like not knowing what to do at this point.
Where do you mommy?
I love the jetpack joke so much. We're hiding like a door.
I like fireworks. That was disgusting.
Basically, what I like about fighting the Chosen over time is that if you have a lot of explosives, it's easy to just like blow her up to death, basically. Especially if you set her on fire, like we learned with that one episode. There's literally like I threw a fire grenade at her, and while she was slowly burning, D-Mob just like gunned her down, and that was basically it. You could be a real jerk to the Chosen sometimes. Speaking of D-Mob, D-Slap Mob. And this little cutscene where it's just like, here's a building. So they do a lot, I noticed. I feel like how the turrets are shaped like the Advent symbol. Also, you can shred the turret's armor.
The situation has indeed worsened.
His response?
I disagree.
I disagree with being shot.
Oh. I feel like this game forgets that I have a sniper half the time. Because literally, it doesn't seem like many of the enemies, like, even when they're getting shot at by a sniper, know that there's somebody up there.
They're very short-sighted.
Yeah.
Hell
Hell yeah.
The Chosen, I believe, did her dumb invisibility.
Dumb ninjutsu.
Yeah. It's like they have a ninja, a hunter guy, and just some asshole who just like.
And ooh, it's the fucking wizard.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like people pointed out, it's like the other two kind of have, like, you know, even though they talk a lot, it's like they kind of have relatively laid-back personalities. The third one's basically just a child. Like, I think, like, when you start, like, destroying his fortress, it just starts whining a lot. Like, no, this is not happening! It's like, no! And the other two are basically just like, oh, well, fair enough, I guess.
Guess I'll die.
Yeah. Speaking of, he's just dazed. Even though that's very easy. Oh, right, this part. This is my favorite moment in this entire story so far. Batsu means punishment, by the way. So,
Someone hooked me up with a flame. I'm having a look for.
And that's what nicotine does to you.
Sayonara.
This just runs away.
Oh fuck.
I think it was at this point I feel like her being able to run away after that felt like she programmed herself to be the best chosen. It's like I could summon like...
To take 5 actions.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like she can stun people, then run away, then teleport, then summon other people, and then run away. Now she's poisoned. Ow! It's really funny to see the AI not think this through.
Yep.
Which is something that I do, so it's kind of even. Got some stock, whatever that is.
Sorry, taking my money, man.
Stunks.
I think you made that same exact trick last time.
I'm sure I did.
It's pretty easy. Oh god. Both of his responses were very justifiable there. And he's down. Which, by the way, apparently Reapers are really strong against her, so. Reapers and Snipers apparently fuck her up really bad. So. It's funny because 10 Count didn't see her. So.
Man, this half of the mission is like, yeah, we're doing it, we're doing great.
And then the door opens. It's like I'm always nervous entering buildings in this game because that's when you know things are gonna get really bad.
Stop! Don't open that door.
It's like I want that power wave that she has. Why can't I do that to an entire room? Funny thing is, I think if you get like a Psy operative and train them enough, they might be able to do that. I got one of them the last playthrough, and even at like a novice level, they're pretty insane. Mine controlling a giant robot and then shooting other people with it was pretty great. It's funny enough, I believe that I made Blind Fury psychic in the playthrough where I actually beat it, so...
Alright, that makes sense, yeah, sure.
He aided the public from being shielded by Advent by possessing a robot somehow.
Strength and power.
This kind of reminds me of when, like, in that movie Scanners, like...
Strength and power.
You know, like, a lot of it is telepathy and stuff. And a guy manages to hack a computer by scanning a computer with his mind? And, like, I kept thinking of that, and I'm just like, that... I can't get my head around it. Also, the weird thing about that movie is that it feels like there should be no conflict because everybody is super overpowered. So,
the path is well traveled.
I'll say.
People tubes.
Yeah, some fairly grim imagery there. It's the file.
It's the Advent piss vial.
Like, they have to camp outside here all the time. Like, they can't go to the bathroom. I think we had a joke about Vince McMahon or something here, too.
Oh yeah, well because it started because we were like Vince McMahon would absolutely be on board with Advent.
He would too. That bastard.
They're creating the perfect human with the Avatar Project.
There we go. The Avatar will just end up looking like the Undertaker or something.
And then that kind of devolved into Vince McMahon talking about piss. That's all I remember.
I tried my own Avatar project once. I only got out snow.
This follow press is gonna be it's gonna be an angle somehow. I bought it off of eBay for $4,000 and said it was Triple H's.
I think Vince Russo would be happy to do some kind of piss angle.
I mean, yeah, he gave Mike Awesome that nickname, so... Imagine being one of the most, like, renowned hardcore wrestlers in the Japanese wrestling scene because you're just that daring. And you come back to America and it's like such a downgrade, man.
Was that before or after that 70s guy?
I don't quite remember. I just remember...
That might have been at the same time, I don't remember.
Yeah. Because I remember he was called that during Bash at the Beach. So... It's just like, man, I just couldn't believe the difference, you know?
Fudge.
That's not an F-bomb. I believe he did say it before in an earlier episode.
The only Mike Awesome match that I've ever watched was him against I think Masahiro Tanaka at ECW One Night Stand, and it was a really good match. But man, Joey Styles was like, it was like the worst Joey Styles has ever been on commentary. It is uncomfortable.
I can imagine.
Specifically, like, because Joey Styles hated Mike Awesome because Mike Awesome, what he like, he went to WCW and there was something involving the ECW title, and I'm not going to say what Joey Styles said during that match, but it was uncomfortable, especially in retrospect. Like, it made me not like Joey Styles as much as I thought I did.
I heard a lot of bad things about him, which is, why I guess it's good that you can beat the shit out of him in Anarchy Rules. I will say Gertner is probably the funniest in that game because, you know, he doesn't do his usual stick, so he's like making actual jokes.
Instead of just yelling about cum?
Yeah, basically. It's like, it turns out when you make him not do that, he's actually fairly funny. Like, it's kind of weird. You know, it's not funny.
No!
Yeah.
2 in 1 go.
Grenades are a bastard. I will say our dodge rate is exceptional. Goro Majima survived on pure luck.
He's dead.
Dumbass ass Scorpion. I kept watching that scene, like, where Shake ate a scorpion, because just every line that they were saying, the way they were saying it, kept killing me. It's like his Frylock was, like, making a time machine, while Shake was just really focused on the scorpion. He's like, you can meet President Lincoln, and Shake just goes, Lincoln is dead. Like, very seriously, I don't know why God makes him mad. He's dead, dumbass ass scorpion. This is such such on character for the first thing to do when they see a scorpion in their house is eat it. D-Mob losing his mind.
D-Mob looking over at the Viper.
I can just see like the sweat running down his face while he's doing that laugh.
Oh wait, it's Masato Tanaka, not Masahiro Tanaka.
Yeah, I was actually like, I was wondering, because like there might have been another guy I didn't know.
No, it was Masato Tanaka with his uncomfortable forehead.
Yeah, and probably looking very worried all the time.
Yeah, yep.
Every picture I've seen,
Masahiro
like,
Tanaka is the starting pitcher for the Yankees.
You might.
Your mic was off, Sash. What were you gonna say?
Masahiro Tanaka is a starting pitcher for the Yankees.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So we should put Masato Tanaka on a Super Mega Baseball team then.
Team ECW.
Team Duncan.
Well, I'm up, Bob.
Team ECW would probably work, actually. I'm pretty sure you could make a very good Tommy Dreamer in that engine.
Oh yeah.
And there's like the sunglasses, so you could make the Dudleys.
You could just make like every wrestler that was a baseballer. Because I'm sure there's quite a few.
Sid Vicious.
Yeah, wasn't Giant Baba a baseball player?
Yes, he was a pro pitcher for like the biggest, like the Yankees of Japan.
That makes sense. Also, yeah, Scarlet just got poisoned because Vipers are annoying.
Yay! we have so mentally checked out of this mission at this point that we are talking about ECW.
Yeah.
And baseball playing wrestlers. Hiroshi Tanahashi was gonna be a baseball player, but then like some injury. For some reason, he got an injury as a baseball player and decided, well, I can't do this. I guess I'll become a wrestler now.
I guess he hurt his pitching hand or something. For a second there, I almost said that Giant Bomber was a bass player. I'm like, I don't know if he was that.
Oh, Randy Savage was, I believe, a minor league ball player.
Huh. All we need is like 22 of them, and we'll make a team. And we'll probably just look up Fire Pro stats for their stats in the game. I'm sure there's something you can do there. Yeah, that's one of them down. Also, I think I remarked that part of the choir in this song sounds like they are just saying the word meatwad.
Roger.
Or they're talking about me in a song.
Well, I'm up, Bob.
Also, the most dramatic Earth Defense Force track, and this is where it's appropriate.
I completely forgot about that one dude who was in like Fire Pro Wrestling Advanced 2. It was like, I think, a baseball player who was going to be an MMA guy, I think either Pride, I think? And then Pride shut down before he could debut.
Oh.
So that's why he's like in those games.
I guess it's kind of cool that they just like made up for it, you know? Also, Scarlet is, the Vipers can't stop hugging her.
Fair.
Keep spitting on the others, though. She's cool, you're son. Like I gave them that voice, even though in Chimera Skull one of them just talks totally normally.
In my culture, I would be well within my rights to dismember you.
Basically, the line, if it were for the laws of this land, I would have slaughtered you. Except this is XCOM, so I'm pretty sure there are no laws. Also, a fun thing about the boys,
the boys.
The boys are poisoned. The one fun thing about this debuff is that it drastically reduces aim chance, and I have no idea why. Like, it just feels unnecessary. It's like I'm already slowly dying. Like, you don't have to make me blind. So, out of everything I learned in this mission, I'm still trying to figure out, like, how do I get past this part? You know, like, that's the part that's scaring me. I think ideally you'd probably want to have like somebody on each side of the building rather than like multiple people crowding each door. Scarlet's not dead. I actually have
I would be well within my rights.
A special trait for this squad. It's one of like the covert things or whatever. They're much more likely to just bleed out rather than die, which helps a lot. The others are just like, oh, you get more money or something. It's just like, well, that's a hard choice. Also, D-Mob freaking out there.
So it must have been part of his gimmick, but that I didn't know about. But I looked up Masato Tanaka, and there are several pictures of him holding just a katana in the ring.
That might be
DDT.
It's just so weird to remember he's in one of the shitty Acclaim games. It just feels like he doesn't belong there.
He's too good.
Yeah.
Our time
On the
here.
bright side, that means
He's been going for just that long.
Yeah. On the bright side, that means clean recorded Tanaka lines.
Nice.
He's mostly just yelling. And 10 count is taking the vial of unmentionables.
Alright, check it out.
And this was the major mistake I made.
Guessing that's not water in there.
So the minute you even think
Ratings?
about
No
getting
signs
this
of
vial,
radioactivity, no
reinforcements
significant
show
energy
up.
signatures of any kind. Whatever
So
it
to
is,
anybody
it's
that is
safe
about to tackle
handle.
this mission again, or for the first time or whatever, don't do what I'm doing. Make sure you get everybody on that hill or like around that area first, and then take the vial.
No.
No, you don't know 10 count. But that's okay. It's XCOM, things happen.
You know, but you don't know.
You have no chance, but you had a chance.
The situation was
It's
urgent.
hurting me looking at this footage being like, I could have done that. But I didn't.
Sash, I just remembered Masato Tanaka was like the first never open weight champion.
Yeah.
Here are the other champions. I like this video. Dude, I'm just gonna like, oh, damn it. So this was one of the rare right decisions I made. It looks like I just totally royally screwed D-Mob. The thing is, when reinforcements arrive, that is their turn. So he could just move to the evac zone now. And all they can do is just watch.
Well, I'll be on my way then.
Look at them, they're just like,
Indeed.
no, come back here. We're not done with you.
Wait, no.
So Scarlet is saved, and I don't know why it recorded me getting the achievement, but there is an achievement for that situation. So Scarlet is safe. Even though she's like... 10 counts imaginary car, however.
Pronto.
So this was another mistake I made, assuming that all the enemies are on that hill and nobody else is around. Or they might have moved. I can't really tell. I might have to look over and see if like these are the same enemies that just showed up, or if there were ones hiding.
Sayonara.
Actually, no. It would be like their turn was already taken at this point, so there must just be guys out there. Which is a shame because, yeah. Just snuck up on me, the bastard.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I could probably save Leona, right? Except, I'm thinking of kicking the robot, which would be very cathartic, but... Guy keeps shooting me. He didn't move for some reason.
Okay, I found that baseball player we were talking about.
Yeah.
Kazuhiro Kiyahara. He was rumored to start fighting for Pride before the company closed.
Who do you play for?
Yomiuri Giants.
Of course he did.
Speaking of
And
Pride,
Oryx Buffaloes in like the last couple years of his career.
Speaking of Pride, while I'm making the ill-advised decision to carry Leona, there's like a parody of that in Shibuya Scramble. Because they actually have like a wrestler playing like this martial artist lady in there.
What wrestler?
Fuka Kakimoto.
She worked for Stardom as a while for there as an announcer.
Oh, was she like one of the like? She was like the general manager of Stardom, wasn't she?
Yeah, for a while, up until I think a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and she plays a side character in Scramble that gets into a fight with the cat. So, but
with the cat with a K, or
no, like the actual like person in the cat outfit.
Oh, okay.
It's like theoretically make a fight with the cat happen.
Good, yeah. But yeah, there is an event where it's like, I think they described it as like people in cosplay fighting or something. Instead of Pride, it was called Bride. And this happens. His last words are,
"The Giants are number 1."
So the weird thing is,
we were just talking about NPB baseball too.
The Giants are number 1 in your future. That's the future. So the weird thing is, I think we can still save 10 count. I think there is a mission where we can, like, escort him out of there.
Oh, thank God. I'm going to very much, like, very heavily miss, like, Meatwad quotes.
Yeah. He's at least taking it well. It's the more sad Shibuya Scramble music for this part.
So, if I remember correctly, I picked Snoop Dogg
and Whip.
And Whip. Okay.
Yeah.
We went with David Byrne and Mike Dawson.
Right. I remember those perfectly now. I will say the recruitable list is probably going to get very, very long. What's funny about Fat Joe is that there's been more than one instance where somebody picked him and then just picked somebody else. So he's just sitting there being like, is somebody gonna actually pick me? Maybe one day. I mean, look, if the choice between Crow and Crack is there.
So, alright, is VLC still good?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Both this and OBS are totally fine.
That's what I meant. I meant OBS, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, VLC does weird shit sometimes too, so it's... like that weird thing where it freezes and it becomes gray. That is a thing that VLC does all the time, and I don't know why. Well, with that episode, hopefully things will go better next time.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, with that,
have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, and
watch ECW One Night Stand.
And don't get blown up by grenades.
And fuck Joey Styles.
Yeah, that's
correct.
See you next week.
See ya.